what I'm finding myself. Should probably, like, what do you mean you're finding yourself? Like, what is that?
Do you not know who you are?
Do you not know who you are?
Yeah. Hello everyone. It's me again, Koketso, and you are about to watch the second part of the 20s, life in the 20s. So with me is Lebogang, that you'll be seeing as you continue, my cousin, and today we're gonna be taking you down, well, it's really a continuation of what we had in the previous video. And if you're new here, welcome, thank you so much for coming, and if you're not, welcome back. Please do remember to subscribe, and remember that you're more than welcome to share your thoughts about the videos down in the the comment section. I hope that this sparks conversations that are yet to come, and please do enjoy. Thank you so much.
Sorry about that, but like I was saying, that whole experience changed my experience of everything, because now I'm starting to like question a lot of things. Well, not question, but be reminded whether what I studied is real. Actually, can I just be honest with myself and with the world? Even though I didn't expect it from this society, it's real. Like so all the other things were just, it was just a matter of saying, you know what, guys, I'm not like this. Knowing yourself as well, to be like, I come from this background. I know why I came here. I know, the main thing that I want to do. But you get bullies, like you say. People who just want to control everything about everyone, or you do this, now, or and obviously if you like me, obviously, and you have a strong personality, it does become difficult. But for me, then it becomes because then that means now I'm literally wondering, is this a real friend, or is this not a real friend? So now, I think I only really had friends when I was just about to leave, like people I really thought genuinely are my friends.
Your friends,
we start bonding, and then you hear, the gossip mongers, Mona, the person gossips about you and turns around and you're just like, hey bo, Miguel.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it does mess up your mental health.
It really does. It really does. And you're talking about toxic work environments. Like I got a friend of mine who responded to my post. Let me just find it for you. And she was talking about work, and she says, hey, just yesterday I had a breakdown because of work. I slept and woke up in the morning like nothing happened. So like people go through things, guys, because of work.
Oh wait, so you're saying that's amazing, like she had a breakdown, then the following day she just has to continue?
Yeah, she just has to continue. You don't even get time to do things. You just carry on like nothing happened, and life goes on. So, like that's what I'm trying to say, that we're dealing with so many things over and above finding yourself, because how people say in your 20s, that's where you actually find what you love, so that when you're 30 and beyond, then you just live your best life. But even that process of finding who you are, reshaping your identity, if that even exists, that whole thing, you lost friends, you're trying to make new friends, you just left varsity, you're going to the workspace, like it's a lot. There's a lot of change, and you have to just adjust and adapt for this 10 years that you have in your 20s. And then you go into your 30s, probably we yet to find out what happens there. So like
everyone have their
going
own
through the motions.
They also have their own struggles, honestly, like wow. Let me get into now when you're talking about friends, another quote from my friend. I don't know why I keep saying quotes, but they are quotes.
They are.
She sent a message. She responded saying, Yo, 20s, the 20s are rough. My early 20s were a breeze because the pressure wasn't as much, but my late 20s are super dramatic. There's new drama each week. On most days, I just want to hide under my covers until things work themselves out, or until I wake up at 40 with a stable life. But I will say that having good friends with whom you can laugh and cry makes the journey much more bearable. Not forgetting Christ, because wow, His grace keeps on pulling through. But kunzima, like,
wow. You see, that just sums it up. I think that just sums it up. Like, for me, also being a believer, like your life needs, you need to believe in something higher than you. Like, I don't know whatever it is, because literally that's been my anchor throughout my journey. Like, and your friend is right. There are different struggles at different points in your 20s. Like I said, in the beginning, early 20s, you're just like, nah, I just got out of varsity, no pressure.
You actually want to get into the world.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I'm so excited. Let me conquer the world. It's my oyster. And then you get into the mid-20s, and then these Tabasco sauce onto your oysters, and you start feeling like, what's happening? It's hot here. I don't know what the late 20s are like. I'm still going there. So, hey, we just got into, I think mid going towards, because my other friend was saying, I remember her quote, I won't even need to read it. She was just like, am I ready for this next stage? Because she's starting to, new titles in life. You just like, and I felt her. At first, I didn't understand what she was saying. I thought she was saying, she's had it just okay. But now she's entering into a new phase. She's entering into motherhood. And she's like, am I ready for this? Even the constant wondering, like, yo, guys, I'm getting traumatized. Be a good mother.
Exactly. Am I going to?
It's a lot.
It is a lot. Like, it really is a lot. And just thinking about it, the thought of, what if I become a mom? I think I just die from the thought. Like, I die many times in my head.
Same.
Like,
because I'm just like,
no.
I can't even listen. I can't deal with myself in my 20s. Right now, we're having this conversation because we just like, what's happening? Now, having a kid is just like, what am I going to teach this child? I don't know enough. Like, you've got so many things, but I'm really proud of like young mothers, guys. Those people are strong.
My other friend has 3 kids, and she's our age. She's married. And there was a day, I'm not even laughing. There was a day where the kids were sick. And you just become this, like, you literally forget yourself. You literally, for the other human beings, you're trying to focus on them. Now and then I'm just like, ish, when do you take care of yourself as well? But obviously that's anti-Koki, that's single Koki, that's
like right you just now, come and go.
Not rather Koki type of, but I think, I could say, I don't know. I think every stage, even though like my friend said, every week you have a new battle that you're facing. The past few weeks for me have been like, wow. And processing that, not just the past weeks. I think I had been in that state, probably still am, not sure, for 2 months. 2 months. That's also just another thing. And through that, I also got to learn that, you know what, I'm not sure, I may be wrong, but I feel like our generation tends to, I don't know, what's the word? Idealize, I don't know if it's the movies, the relationship, the movies, where things just work.
Things are perfect.
Everything is perfect, And like you said earlier, the childhood traumas come in. you start seeing the other baby in the other person, and you're just like, ugh, why are you reacting like this to problems, And my older sister, who's also my cousin Angela, was telling me to say, because she got married last year, and she was just like to me, there was a day where her and I and Malumetro actually were talking about this on Facebook. It started there when Malumetro just said, Jolo zoknyesa. Like he posted something like that. I was like, is this my uncle posting this? And I'm like, Malume Jolo guy, because you married.
Like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? And he was like, no, I'm posting fully, not because Alibon, you guys should just get married and just get on with it, And I was like to him, Malume, there's no way. You just get married from nowhere. You guys don't even share your struggles. You guys go through so much that you cover and you hide away. It was a whole thing. It's just that I didn't think I was going to mention this post of his. Forgive me, Malume, if you questions. But anyway, it was on Facebook, so I assume I can't talk about it. And we just went back and forth. And then Angela also came in like, hey, Malume Vele, people should just get married. So now I'm like, Tabana, the both of you married, and you Malume Tlo is the person who treats you like a queen. You are the creme de la creme, you are the it. But Hakata, they don't advise you, you'll tell me, hey, madam, stop traveling, Yana. Finish your PhD because you're going to get married. You'll need to. And I'm like, Malume, I can't. This thing of having to follow a certain pattern, especially because you guys don't talk to us about marriage. The only time I'm not saying people should share their experiences about their marriage and what they go through and the struggles, the pains, all of that. But just sharing, especially when you're close to someone, hey, you're happy all the time. Like, it's not, of course we know that, but like just reaffirming, just saying you learn here and there and there. And Rebecca, Uncle Bernard's wife, does a very good job. Well, with me, because I guess I've been saying this a lot. Why don't you guys share? I want to understand certain things before I'm not saying I don't want to experience it for myself, but be real so that even my mind is prepared. When I go into a certain thing, I'm just not going to be thinking, kitty, what's this? Strawberry, moho, okay. I'm going to come back and find honey all over the world.
Like, rose petals.
Yeah. So it's just been so much. Yes, back to my cousin. So she then shared, you know what? A lot of times, we tend to think, she's like, and I saw this with relationships. In a relationship, you think, hey, this is too much to deal with. I can't deal with this. But then you also get good people who are very good at hiding things, and you only get to see them when now you're married. I don't get how. Okay. I'm sorry to say, but I think it's a men's thing. These people become very complacent, like very, very. You become very comfortable, and you're like, "Oh, guy, why are you so comfortable?"
Like, guys, there's a lot. No, there's a lot. I think, guys, there's a lot of balancing that needs to happen in our 20s. Because it's a balance between, I don't know, I still feel very young. Like, there are things, like there are certain conversations like my dad wants to have with me, and I'm just like, fam, when did we get to this level? When did
you
we
must come and have those conversations with me since we're not
Not that I don't want, it's just a shock for me. It's just like, I don't know, maybe I just don't believe I'm this old. Because it's just like, wow, maybe for you, I don't know, dude, not being a firstborn, I just feel like I am like, I feel like I'm an experiment.
How about too?
No, honestly, like, also I feel like for my parents, like, they don't know how to parent me because I'm different. And literally, like, I've literally started a whole new movement of my own. Breaking generational curses, being the first, like, of everything, So it's just like it sometimes feels like they are walking on eggshells with me because they just don't know what is this one gonna think, so that's why I also feel like some of the conversations just like, dude, when did we get here? Like,
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Relax,
But what type of a conversation, if you can give an example?
Things like guys, it's so stupid actually. So on my birthday, my friends get me gifts every year because I'm just a giver also. On their birthdays I do the same. So last year I got like flowers and stuff. This year I also got flowers, and actually today I went out with my aunt.
Oh yeah, I saw you got such beautiful flowers.
Yeah, and she got me such nice flowers. So my dad is just like, oh, what's sorry, arisanya kama blob. So he's literally so tired of seeing flowers.
Wait, did he think, or you were with a guy?
I think so. But yeah, even those kinds of chats, it's just like, like now we are waiting for this guy to come. We want to see him. Those types of things. And it's like, one day you're going to have kids. What? I'm just like, fam, I'm not ready. Like, I'm not there. But like, I know I'm like, we're at an age where it's acceptable. And it's like,
yes,
actually, we are a bit late. Like, you're so late according to them. So it's just like, yo, fam, like, I'm not ready personally because I still feel like a kid. And I don't know when I'm going to step out of it. But for now, I'm just having the time of my life.
I think you
whenever
should.
I can. Yeah.
I think you should. Like, well, if you feel that way, you were just in Cape Town just now and you need to travel more. Oh my gosh, I was just like listing everything that I saw. I was like, why didn't I go on bikes when I was in Cape Town? I should have went on bikes.
It was amazing.
It looked very amazing. But I do think that, it's good that they do want to start the conversations, but now I feel like they skip. I think that's the problem that I have. That number one, Hazankara bua about boyfriend, tibo mamang,
Now he wants to have
all of a sudden, get married.
Yeah.
Like,
and also, I don't know, did you also have that thing where you were growing up and they're like, don't date, what?
That's exactly what I'm talking about, that.
Yeah, so now it's just like, fam, like, be consistent. Like, you said I shouldn't do this, and all these years I listened and I was doing what you wanted me to do. Go to school, get your life, girl. Yes. And I did. Now you are just like way end, and I'm like, where did I get the time to meet this person that you want to see now?
Yeah, according to you.
You want cows.
That guy, this person.
You want cows, not flowers.
I can just see I can hear the tone, the facial expression. And what did you say?
Yeah. I just laughed it off, but we do have like those intense conversations where we actually talk about these things, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I think I just had a different path. It will not be the same as what you guys had in your times. And I'm also still trying to figure things out for myself. So when it gets to that point, like when someone is actually around and he's ready to come show face, he will. But relax for now. Like, please, can you just watch me live my best life?
And enjoy it with me, Batong. Like, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, oh guys, I thought when you mentioned the gift thing, I thought you were gonna say, oh, your dad doesn't get you gifts. When you mentioned like on your birthday, I had a whole fit. Like, when you're just tired. Every year on my birthday. No. I'm like, my mom, like on my birthday, she doesn't say happy birthday. This was last year. I'm like,
that's a weird thing. Hey, like these people don't believe in birthdays. Like, I don't know what happened
in their generation. On her birthday, she wanted to say happy birthday. She wanted you to make a big deal of it. And I'm like, okay, but when it's my turn, why don't you do the same? And that's when I realized, and I'm also being reminded of a quote right now that said, what children don't understand as they're growing up is that they're watching their parents grow up as well. And that's Like reading
nice.
that, having been raised by a single mom, I'm just like, and I did have this conversation with her, but obviously it kind of took a lot for her to even get there. And she was just like, you know what? No one taught me how to be a mom. No one taught me how to, and it's not even really a thing of like sitting down and someone teaching. She was basically saying there was no manual, and I think like you're saying right now, Malume just needs to, which he probably won't, but just needs
knowing him.
He just needs to have that thing of watch me grow, watch me find myself. And I do get that, yes, obviously if there is someone, you can still find yourself while being with the person, but obviously he wouldn't know that. But I think it is very important to be able to do things for yourself. Like you're saying, you feel like a child. If now all of a sudden, bam, child, there's a child now.
With child. No, guys.
Your life will just like turn into, I don't know what. And I think that is probably, I guess, also something that they didn't get to have for themselves. They got to grow up very quickly as well.
Very quickly.
Hence, they're still trying to put these things onto us. I mean, telling my mom what I'm finding myself, she'd probably like, what do you mean you're finding yourself? Like, what is that?
Do you not know who you are?
Do you not know who you are? Yeah, and then obviously she'll pull out the Bible also, like, this is who you are. Read 1, 2, 3, you'll know who you are. But at the end of the day, it boils down to having to experience the life that when you turn 20, I think, well, I personally think that, okay, now I'm ready for the world. Obviously you're not, but like getting to really see yourself in different spaces without limits, that is. And that's why I just love Asia, guys, because I get to do it gives me that freedom to just do whatever it is that I want to do. Travel wise, not that, I can't do the same things here at home, just that here everything is expensive and I don't get to
do everything
that I want to do. Traveling more high to different countries in the continent is hella expensive, like too expensive. But right now I'm just at that point where I'm making decisions. Where do you want to live your life? And I think that's the most, for me at the moment, the scariest part, to be honest, Hore. What is it that you want? Is it living here at home, or is it migrating to a different country and starting a whole new life not because I still will be me, but starting afresh at a different place and navigating what is it that I would actually want to do? Like how would I continue somehow being an academic, still not being in my home country, obviously still within the social sciences, and doing the things that I really love, meeting not only other meeting foreign nationals in a foreign country. And that word is loosely used, obviously, in Asia. Doesn't have the same connotations as here. Because whenever I say foreign, some people look at me like, what do you mean? I'm like, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's the other part of not understanding what's happening. Because just now, I'm doing my PhD. The next, I'm like, nope. Things don't seem to be working out the way that I want them to. And then also the want them to is also another issue on its own, because obviously they never really do work the way you want them to.
And also, like, guys, sorry to cut you short on that point. Like, I feel like we are, in as much as we want to like have our lives figured out, like, it's very important to take a step back and ask God what He wants for your life. Because guys, I actually don't know how people do it without God. This life thing. No, like, how do you not?
Oh, did you say without God?
Anything. Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah,
like
no.
where do you draw your strength from? Where do you get your sense of direction from if you don't believe in anything or anyone or any higher power? Because it's just like you're just doing this on your own, which is even more stressful because you're reliant on your own strength. You're just
so weak
on your own.
Yeah.
Sure.
If we were to just ask God right now, I'm sure he's just like, you know what gets all right now? I mean, obviously, I don't know how he sees me. Well, I know how he sees me, but I don't know how he sees the decisions that I keep bringing to him to be like, I'm thinking of 1, 2, 3, the thoughts that I'm having, and then trying to make a decision. Okay, this is what I want to do, because I am that person. I'm not even gonna lie. And I even with dating, not that I'm saying God is just the one, but I'm saying, well, help me. If this doesn't go the way I think it will, just carry me and just like literally hold me so I don't and like break. Because that is, having seen Hore, this seems to be a thing, a norm. Or every day you face with a different struggle and you're just like, can I just breathe? I don't know how many times I've had to like stop and rethink, obviously go back. Lord, this is what I'm thinking right now. Same thing as I told you earlier on, the PhD, and then saying, actually, no, I'm moving to this. I was, that time where we had the revolts, qualified to be revolts, but when we were having the protests and stuff, oh my gosh, that time brought so much confusion in my life. I'm not gonna lie. I started rethinking everything. And when I say everything, because it really hurt me to see my country in that state.
Like
it I felt it really deeply. I'm not even gonna lie. Because I'm like, how long must South Africans be in this type of a situation where politicians are just really gambling with our lives?
Guys.
I'm not even gonna say Zuma right, Zuma wrong, but I'm just like, the fact that remains the center of this is that these people are playing mind games with us, and when they no longer know where to go, they remember us. Just thinking about that, I felt like I was actually just going through second year again, politics lessons, where reading that course pack was hell. Like, why are we doing this to ourselves? But it was a real thing for me. Obviously, I continued with my life, but it brought a lot of confusion. And there was a point where I literally just broke down. And I don't know. It's like, again, another thing where
No. That was such a stressful time for everyone. Like, we weren't just going through that. It was just a lot, guys. So, yeah, I think also in our 20s, guys, one thing I've learned, even though it's a tough lesson, is to be patient with self.
Oh, yes.
Because you come in after varsity, you like I said earlier, you want to be this great person and whatnot. And then maybe things like what you're saying, that things don't work out the way you want them to. And that's where you need to consult God and say, what do you want for me? But yeah, like there's a lot of rush. There's a rush to,
especially with
big
our
in
generation. The rush is real.
Like they call us the microwave generation. So
we are instant. No, I do agree, because sorry.
Yeah, so no, I was just saying that there's a lot of patience that we need.
That is required.
And resilience. And resilience, because sometimes our age mates, like they break down from something so small. Not to nullify
it's small. I do agree, it's small, but it's coming from a lot of build-up. It's not just like what is in front of you that's actually making you break down. Hence I was saying that.
I guess that's it. Yeah, but sometimes even with that, people like. Sorry. Can I just finish this point?
Yeah.
Some people just they break down from something that you can just sit down and like think about it first before you break down. You actually break down, and that's where because you want something so quick, you want the fame, the money so quick, and then you start getting depressed. And I know, like what you're saying, that it's sometimes something that comes from build up, but we are an instant gratification type of generation. And we just need to be, and
also when you're in that
with ourselves.
Sorry to interject. When you're in that space, when you're in that process of nearing a breakdown, I don't think your mind, I may be proven wrong by psychiatrists, but I don't think your mind is able to now process the stop. Because yes, you do want to stop. And a lot of times you don't even see yourself getting there. That's why I guess they just say, you just bash into it and you're like, oh, flip, I didn't realize that I was so far into this. Which is why when that whole thing was happening, that's when now I went back. That's actually when I changed the whole thing. I was like, you know what? I'm starting to make decisions afresh. And obviously I had to pray. But praying for me at times, at times, is a thing of not only just guidance, but I'm making this decision right now. But I know that at the end of the day, once somehow God has helped me see that, maybe this is not where you should be going, I'm the type of person who can easily change my mind again to be like, okay, I've seen that this is, this way. And because I haven't gotten into it yet, I still have the freedom and the ability to say, let me turn around and, go this way. But yeah, I think it's just really a lot of things. It's not one thing. And like you said, with prayer, prayer does work. I have no doubt that prayer works. I'm a firm believer that prayer works. Like, I have seen that, work in situations where you just felt like, I'm gonna lose my mind right now. Like, and maybe also it's because our generation, like you're saying, there are a lot of things, and they probably were even back then, where, now you have many beliefs as well, right? There are many things. Not that I'm saying people can't believe in what they want to believe in, but a lot of times I have had friends who would say, yes, I'm Christian, but I also, do 1, 2, 3. And even in that, you still get confused in, I'm standing here, but I'm also going here. As people would say, you're neither here nor there.